Hello today. I'm going to tell you about a rescue incident. You shook the world. There's an 18-month-old girl playing with other children in the yard. Suddenly fell into an abandoned well. When the adults in the house find out, I want to come down and save her. I realized the well was only 20 cubic meters wide. It's not enough for an adult to get in. Inside the well is not only dark and wet, but also at risk of hypoxia. The people on the ground don't know exactly position of the girl, trapped somewhere underground. Then a rescue operation began. The story takes place in Texas. It's the second largest state by land area, as well as the population in the United States. In West Texas, there's a city called Midland. It's one of the centers, the state's most important transportation, with economic growth, mainly based on oil extraction. The main character of the story is Jessica McClure. He was 18 months old the 26th of March 1986. Mom of babe is Reba Merkler. 17 years old is a housewife. Her father's name is Louis Merkler, 18-year-old home repair worker. Jessica has an aunt. For some reason, Jessica's family lives at her aunt's house in Midland. Her aunt runs a daycare center, and my job is to take care of the children. For lack of staff, Jessica's mother. Sometimes I help my aunt with her work in kindergarten. So little Jessica. I often come here to play with other kids. The first 18 months of life. Little girl Jessica. Just like any other normal child. And the world doesn't know her. If there is no fateful event. On a normal day, no one could have expected that. An incident that happened in the kindergarten yard. It caught the attention of people across the United States. Next, we will go back in time together. The 14th of October 1987 to find out the details. The 14th of October 1987, that day was Wednesday. From early morning, there were 4 children who were sent to Aunt Jessica's daycare. Jessica's aunt, very experienced in taking care of children, and have a reputation in the community. When a family is busy, they send their children to you. Today was a normal day. But unfortunately Jessica's aunt, there's work to go out again, so she asked Jessica's mom to help take care of the kids. RBA is a young mother with not much experience. You gave Jessica, with 4 other children, to the kindergarten to have fun. There are some toys for kids. There is a high fence around the yard. Outsiders can't easily get in. It should be relatively safe. Young RBA takes care of the children alone. She and her children play rocking in the yard. And the kids are excited. At that time, suddenly the phone rang in the house. RBA heard him push the kids out in the yard and go into the terminal. A few minutes later, Reba suddenly heard a loud cry in the yard. I hurried out of the house to check. I saw 4 kids playing in the yard, playing normally. But she quickly realized that something was wrong. Your daughter Jessica is suddenly nowhere to be seen. I wonder where she can go. Must know that the backyard is fenced and outsiders can't just enter. As soon as DBA is confused, and she saw some kids looking down at the ground, you come to see and find out there's a well on the ground. It's about 20 cubic meters in diameter. It's a dry well that's been abandoned, just in case someone falls. The well's mouth was pressed down by a heavy rock. I don't understand why now that rock has been moved. I immediately realized that my daughter, Jessica, fell into the well. In a panic, she rushed into the house and called the police. 3 minutes later, sirens echoed through the neighborhood. The police were at the scene. After a preliminary understanding of the situation, the police came to try to check under the well. But the well is too small. They can't get in. So they could just call out Jessica's name and stare down the well. But maybe her voice was too weak to hear anything. The police found a microphone and slowly drop it to the bottom of the well. Finally, they also heard baby Jessica's whimpering cry. She's scared. After confirming that she's actually down there, the police realized they couldn't rescue themselves. So they immediately contacted the team, Professional Rescue to Rescue Direction. With the arrival of the rescue team, the rescue operation officially began. The first thing they have to do is to confirm Jessica's current location in the well. Jessica's mother said the well was deep. It used to be a water well, but now it's abandoned. I don't know how deep the well is, maybe 10 meters. Through the microphone, they judge by the length of the rope that's dropped and the sound she makes. They identified Jessica's at a depth of about 6 feet. The girl's body is trapped in the pipeline. There may be space below, and it's very likely to keep falling. Quickly, news of a little girl trapped in a well. In transmission throughout the locality. Some enthusiastic plus curious people start going to the rescue site to see the situation. After research and discussion, the rescue team came up with a rescue plan by digging a rescue shaft. Parallel shaft well area. Jessica is trapped. When she digs to the depths and she's trapped, they're going to open a horizontal tunnel. That led to her shaft getting stuck, and the rescuers identified a possible solution. The rescue team immediately brought in a large drilling rig. This is the machine commonly used to drill pine into axes, the underground. Considered that during drilling will create vibrations. Now Jessica are trapped in the pipeline. For some reason, she didn't fall to the bottom. So the position of the rescue shaft. Don't get too close to Jessica. Zero vibration of the machine. It could make Jessica fall deeper. However, the rescue shaft, it's not too far from her shaft. By zero, it's going to take longer to open the tunnel drill shaft. After careful study and calculation, the rescue team decided to position the rescue shaft, Jessica's well shaft, stranded 1.5 meters, and the drilling started. However, the rescue process is not as easy as imagined. The drill only digs down to meters, encountered the hard rock, which causes the digging speed to be significantly disrupted. During that time period, to make sure Jessica wasn't in any more danger, sometimes the rescue team has to stop the drill to talk to her. Because the engine is too loud, they couldn't hear her voice. After more than 10 hours of drilling, the rescue team successfully drilled 10 rescues, 76 meters wide and 8.8 meters deep. What they need to do now is drilling a horizontal tunnel that leads to 10 wells that she's stuck in. According to known information, Jessica was trapped at a depth of 7 feet. If the location of the tunnel is horizontal, parallel to Jessica's position, when the tunnel opened, the machine could hurt her. To ensure safety, so the rescue team decided to drill a horizontal tunnel underneath where Jessica was trapped. Then the rescue team brought the tools and used a rope to swing to the bottom of the rescue shaft. And the horizontal tunneling work officially began. Because the space in the well is very narrow, rescue team can only use small drilling machine equipment. However, the rock under the well is very hard, makes the efficiency of the drill very low. Besides, there is very little oxygen in the well, so the rescue team couldn't stay long. So every once in a while, they will have to replace him, and so on. It will also take a certain amount of time. A variety of causes. It's led to a slow rescue. Time goes by. Well, Jessica have been trapped in the well for 14 hours, and it's late. Rescue team under the well. I'm still working on a hand drill to open the tunnel. Although progress is slow, but there's no better way. The darkness covers, making the rescue even more difficult for the rescue team. They're not just trying to open the tunnel as quickly as possible, but you should always pay attention to Jessica's condition. Team fight ground, slowly dropping a thermometer down the line into her place. Because of the cold night, they discovered the temperature around her is dropping rapidly. To help Jessica maintain her energy and strength, someone suggested sending her food. There was a doctor at the scene. Stop the idea. He explained that, I don't know if Jessica was injured. Eating at this time, it can cause secondary damage to her. In addition to dehydration, this can happen within 48 hours of eating, if not treated in time. It will cause more serious consequences. Rescue team listen to doctor's advice and just find ways to warm the ground, make her less cold. The process of drilling a horizontal tunnel, it's definitely been a long way. The rescue team needs to drill through the hard rock, about 1.5 meters long, with the speed of using the current hand drill. They can only drive 2 millimeters per hour. According to calculations, it took them about 3 days to clear the tunnel. The speed is too slow. This will be a huge challenge for Jessica. Not only that, after more than 10 hours of non-stop work, the rescuers began to have physical problems that put the entire rescue operation in jeopardy. After hearing about some media came to the scene, the rescue team took the opportunity to make a call. Help from the community, through the media, with the desire. The hard rock drillers, experienced people will come to support. The next morning, the 15th of October 1987, many experienced drillers volunteered to the scene to participate. Rescue some people to watch also enthusiastically given out. The book someone suggested. My son was born thin but quite strong. Maybe try to get into the well and pull her up. The solution is impossible, and the rescue team didn't apply because it was too dangerous. If something goes wrong, the boy will also be trapped in it. Someone else in the crowd suggested, throw the super glue into the well, then pull Jessica up. Many illusory proposals and rescue teams. I haven't found a solution either, or what to apply. Jessica is only 18 months old, trapped under the well for a long time. But she's not afraid. Even humming his favorite Copper Knife song. She always sings songs. Winnie the Pooh. Make people stand outside follow. Some peace of mind when you know she's fine, that rare moment of emotion. It's also broadcast live on television. Help Jessica. It's quickly becoming a social media phenomenon. This is also how the rescuers in the tunnel. I know Jessica. He is alive and in good condition. As more and more media outlets report things quickly. Land transmission from Michigan. Out all of Texas and nationwide coverage. Some television channels. They even send a car to the scene. 24-hour live broadcast. That moment. The danger of Jessica. It touched the hearts of the people all over the country. It seems that in a moment of struggle with life, she's become everyone's treasure. I also think of Jessica as my daughter. She also prayed for her safe rescue. Everyone you love calls you Little Jessica. 28 hours after Jessica was trapped, the rescue scene is packed. Everyone is waiting for the results. The rescue team is still working to open the tunnel. Jessica's father. I was interviewed by the media that day. You said we'll always be here until she is rescued. We'll never give up. Jessica's mother was upset and blamed herself. If only I hadn't answered that phone call and pay closer attention to you. Now for them, every moment of time is more precious than anything else. They didn't know their daughter could be strong, persistent or not. They can only pray for their little girl. Lucky to get through. To the 16th of October 1987, the third day since she was trapped. The sky just lit up. Everyone at the scene, including the rescue team, medical staff, experts in geological drilling, and contractors. It's all about racing against time. When little Jessica was trapped in the well, equipment trader, after watching the news on TV, rushed to the scene. He expressed his opinion to the rescue team that, I have a new type of water jet breaker. Very sharp cutting machine, can pierce through hard rock quickly, much more performance than handheld drill. The rescue team felt it was worth a try. However, the trader said the cutter is in Houston, 768 kilometers from Len, and I called the staff there. Let them transport the equipment by plane. While waiting for the water jet cutting machine, the rescue team didn't give up. They keep using hand drills, digging a tunnel under the well. For a short period of time, they lay down at the well to talk to baby Jessica. But the latest news is that it's been 5 hours since Jessica's last response. She's no longer reacting. The mood of everyone at the scene and audience watch via live TV, as if faltering. According to the attending doctor, Jessica's been in the well for over 40 hours. She may be in a temporary coma due to dehydration, and the situation is not so good. If not rescued quickly, she'll be in danger. As soon as the scales hang the hair, good news came from the bottom of the well. After 2 non-stop working days, the rescue team finally managed to clear the tunnel. At the right time, this water jet breaker was also on the scene, together with the experts responsible for operating the machine. Because the tunnel is open, the rescue team temporarily did not use the machine, just in case Jessica falls down again. The rescue team put a steel bar underneath her. In the process, they heard Jessica's faint cry. Good news land transmission. It makes everyone very happy. Baby Jessica is still alive. But the rescue team soon ran into the next difficulty. The tunnel is too narrow, just enough for one person to get in. What the rescue team has to do now is choosing the right person to take her out. A roof church called. Aaron volunteered down the shaft. I know you were born without a clavicle, and I can put my shoulders down at work in tight conditions. Makes you a bright candidate. Price to enter the tunnel. Carry out the rescue. The rescue team noticed, although Ron is very fit for fitness, but considering you don't have any actual rescue experience, so the rescue team rejected his offer. And choose Robert O'Donnell and the tunnel. 45 hours after Jessica stranded rescuers. Robert tied a mountain anchor from the mouth of the rescue shaft. They dug it to the bottom of the tunnel. You go into the tunnel, crawled forward and called out Jessica's name. Soon enough, Robert heard Jessica's cry. But the tunnel is too narrow, especially the connection between the tunnel and the area. Jessica is trapped. Robert could only reluctantly give a hand out and carefully fumbled her position with her hands. Now, people are finally understanding her position. It turns out that when baby Jessica fell into the well, one of her legs was bent. Her foot towards the well mouth. She maintained that uncomfortable position for 2 days. Fortunately, the stuck position has a raised part, so she doesn't fall any deeper. Robert just carefully used Jessica's arched legs. When I tried it, I found I couldn't touch the foot towards the mouth. Her well. If you use force, pull out, she could get hurt. With his legs folded over his head, extremely tight. At the same time, there is no food and water. For a very long time, everyone who watched the incident felt pity and admiration for the little girl. To ensure safety, Robert gave up on the rescue. Go back to the ground and report to the team. Rescue. The rescue team decided to open the tunnel to have more space to move around. The water jet breaker was brought to the scene earlier. After the test, the rescue team found that the machine was extremely sharp and can easily cut through hard rock, but this is a double-edged sword. During stone cutting, the cutting machine could also injure baby Jessica. The continued use of the handheld despite safety, but it's going to take a lot more time. Considerations before and after put the rescue team in a dilemma. Rescue doctor warns, Jessica hasn't eaten for nearly 3 days. The situation has reached a critical level. Can't wait any longer. She was trapped in the well for 56 hours. The rescue team finally decided, use water jet cutting machine to expand the tunnel door, and the sharp machine opened the tunnel door easily. Fortunately, the cutter didn't hurt her. Before rescuer Robert went down the well, once again the doctor told me, need to hold Jessica's hands or feet. She refused to let her head hurt. Next Robert, along with another lifeguard named Stephen Forbes, begins final rescue operation. First they go to the bottom of the rescue shot, then Robert went into the tunnel. Although the tunnel mouth has been slightly widened, I can only raise one arm. It's almost impossible to reach the foot towards baby Jessica's well mouth. You need to straighten her legs. You can pull it out. Robert smeared some paraffin on the wall of the well to help moisturize and soften. For baby Jessica's feet, stuck there for a long time without moving, so the pain from the movement of the leg made her hurt and cry. Listen to baby Jessica's cry. Robert could only gently comfort her. Gradually, the girl's legs were pulled into an equal position by him. Then ZCK is dragged into the tunnel to the rescue shaft. Robert fixed her on the plank. Leave Robert by your side. At 7:55 p.m. the 16th of October 1987. After 58 hours baby Jessica was trapped in the well. Rescuers Robert hugged her back to the ground safely from the shaft. Rescue Mission 2. Choking of an 18-month-old girl. Back from the dead. It made many people who saw it with their own eyes break down emotionally. Millions of people watching through the screen. Not out of excitement either. Embracing loved ones to celebrate, as if the victory belonged to them. Baby Jessica carried by Forbes rescuers. Forehead and arms must be bandaged. Her arm was covered in mud. The eyes can barely open. Live-in Dr. Tay Forbes. Take Jessica to the waiting ambulance. We took her to Midland Memorial Hospital. Test results show Jessica is 15% dehydrated. Very lucky. She didn't have any broken bones or any wounds that needed stitches. But after the rescue, the doctors were concerned. They're going to have to amputate Jessica's foot. The legs support the whole body. For too long a time. Under the well. That caused her leg to suffer from circulatory gangrene. So they finally decided to try voltage therapy to avoid complete amputation. And the surgeons just cut off one toe on the right table and restructured the entire foot for her. After a month of treatment, baby Jessica has basically recovered. Jessica's parents. He walked her limp out of the hospital. Baby Jessica Rescue Campaign. It was definitely successful and became one of the underground rescues to go down in history, the most famous now. Special photo rescue worker BBS Jessica, the mud on the hands is very touching. And won the Pulitzer Prize. It's for African American skin. It's called Scottsboro. After the miraculous rescue, Jessica is known as everyone's child. Because the hearts of millions of people watching from the water and foreign countries watched every moment of the rescue. People even sent flowers, toys and money and so on. Let her go. After donations of hundreds of thousands of dollars was established into a trust fund. And she's going to inherit it at 25. 2 years after 1989. Jessica with family. Honored to be invited to the White House to meet with President George Bush. Jessica was wearing glasses that day and a red dress. Looks so cute. President Burt hugs Jessica and praised her for being strong and brave. The story comes back from Jessica's death. It's captured the attention of newspapers all over the world. And she's been the subject of a lot of discussion on television, documentary film for many years. Even Jessica's miraculous rescue. It's been made into a movie. ABC Channel made a television series about her story in 1989, starring Bo Pritchett and Patty Duke, with many people involved in the actual rescue as the supporting characters. The 14th of October 1987, probably an unforgettable day for a lot of Americans. It is also the day of the event. It completely changed Jessica's life. Jessica's well is trapped, has been completely sealed with a solid iron cap. It says on the lid, "For Jessica, the 16th of October 1987, with the love of all of us." In the following years, she's had 15 different surgeries, in addition to the condition of the feet and a long scar on his forehead. Fortunately, Jessica's health is normal, and she recovered very quickly. However, around the miraculous event of baby Jessica, it also leads to other misfortunes. A few years after the accident, her parents divorced in 1990. Shortly after the miraculous rescue took place, sudden popularity is like an avalanche. Engulfed young couple just 18, couple 10. Their divorce. It also costs a lot of paper. Then everyone goes one step further. 8 years after Robert O'Donnell's rescue, the rescuers then took Jessica to the safe ground. I thought, and left in 1995. You're hailed as a hero by CA, but I couldn't go back. And normal life as before. Robert's brother said. After the rescue of Jessica, his life has fallen apart. A few days before he died, Robert was with you. Watch a rescue, victims of a bomb explosion in the state of Oklahoma. And he expressed when the mission was complete, the rescuers need a lot of help. Not days or weeks, but years. According to psychologists, Robert had post-traumatic stress disorder. After participating in the rescue of little Jessica, in addition to undergoing multiple surgeries, parents break up and benefactors do stupid things, even if there are many disturbances in life. Jessica is still sheltered and chief, the city in peace. Until the age of 5, she found out about the past by accident. Jessica asked me to tell her. Baby trapped in the rescue documentary. Who's the flower lice? Then you know. My childhood has been through so much. In May 2004, Jessica graduated from Greenwood High School, in a small community near Midland. The 28th of January 2006, she was 20 years old, married to Daniel Morinet, at Church of Christ in Loki. Texas is about 60 kilometers from Midland. They met at a daycare center, where you work with your sister. They have 2 children, a boy born in 2007 and a girl born in 2009. When Jessica turned 25 on the 26th of March 2011, you've received a trust. It includes donations from all over the world. However, 2008, Jessica's trust, affected by the economic downturn, it's almost gone. The little money left, you used it to buy a small house for family in Midland. Now the scar on my face, the brush and the well are still etched on Jessica's flesh. But you said, I'm still proud of those scars. My life is a miracle. 31 years after that terrible event, Jessica, she lives in Michigan and is divorced from her husband. You're doing a lecture, especially in primary schools for children with disabilities. Jessica used her own story to advise children about humility. Never forget that every life is precious. Life is not a given, of course. Everyone always has to fight and strive to move forward every day. Jessica also shared that, I don't want my story, it affects your lives. But I'm going to use what happened, my own experiences, to teach you about kindness, humility, and to remind you that if we try to look closely, there are a lot of good people in this world. Today's video ends here. I'll see you in the videos next. Hello.